Hey, what up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Double D's RCs. We're just going to get it out of the way now. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please consider doing so. I do this out of pure fun, but you know, it's kind of cool to see subscribers going up. Started off with just a few, and now I'm in the 300 and something, 40 something, I think. But anyway, it's kind of neat to watch the community support these kind of videos. So thank you all for liking and subscribing already. And if you haven't done so, please take a minute and consider it. Today we're going to do part 2 of a slash conversion. I took a 4x4 slash and I'm going to modify it or switch it to a Fiesta ST Rally. So let's dive in and see what's involved. So these pieces are definitely going to be required to do this conversion. Shorter A-arms, front and rear. They're about, I haven't measured, but about half an inch, I guess, shorter than your 4x4 slash. These are your drive shafts. Once again, they're shorter also. So you're going to need these pieces. I will put the numbers in the description section of this video, and so you can at least, if you're interested in doing something like this, you'll have a little bit of an idea what you got to do. Keep in mind, I think a brand new one of these rallies, a little fuzzy on the camera, I think a brand new rally is only like 270 bucks plus shipping. I don't know what they're getting for shipping, if anything. So I mean, by the time you add all these pieces up, is it worth it? You know, that's up to you. But I had some of these pieces laying around because, you know, I've been doing this for not too long, about 2 years, I guess, back into the hobby again. So you kind of accrue some pieces from different parts. You know, I bought in some used vehicles, some rollers, things like that. So if you want to do this conversion, you can. And that's what's so cool about the slash, in my opinion. You can make a drag slash out of it. You know, you can make a back slash. You can do a monster slash. You can do a Fiesta. You can do a rally. You can do whatever you want, which is kind of neat if you like to play with this kind of stuff and you like to take things apart and change things, modify them, paint, all that kind of stuff. So, but these are definitely going to be required. The things I don't know about are going to be your camber links and your toe links. They may be needed also. So once we get it torn apart more, we're going to see what else is involved. But this is a guarantee you need these. Step 1, rip the wheels off. Step 2, take the front bumper off. You can see more detailed in the last video, but it's 2 screws on top and 3 on the bottom. I'm going to take this center screw out now and remove this front cover. This should pull off, and that allows you access to the pins and everything. Next, we got to yank these pins out. I'm going to do one side at a time. So we're going to go with the passenger side. The things that are going to have to come off are going to be, if you have a sway bar link, take that off. The lower shock mount, unscrew the lower shock. And then we'll see what we have to do from there. Now I'm going to take off my camber arm. And I'm going to take this toe link off next. Okay, now you have things kind of freed up. Next we're going to drop this bottom. There should be 2 down here, so I'm going to go ahead and take the backside one off. I guess that would be like a hinge pin or something. Get that guy out of the way. so now the arm is free. You can pull this pin out. Hopefully it's not too bent. And then the arm should drop down, I do believe. Yep. Alright, so you got your arm off. Got all your parts to the side. Now you gotta take your drive shaft off, because I think this is shorter. Yep, it is. So that one is going to be like a 1.5 millimeter if I remember right. Yep, 1.5. Should be one little, I think these are called grub screws that holds it on to the differential. Take that guy out. It's kind of like a pin with a screw end on it. How good you can see. Whatever. So that's done and out. So now you have almost everything disassembled. You just have to take your axle out of the carrier here. Alright, you have that completely stripped down now. And you're going to grab your shorter arm. Make sure you got the correct side. If you go with RPM, they're going to be stamped right and left, or R and L. This one is the right side. Now that we have this arm off, you can see the difference. It may not even be half an inch, quarter inch. So is this really worth it? I don't know. It's fun to do, like I said. So we're going to go ahead and put this stuff back together. So I'm going to put the arm in there. Put the pin back through. Now this is where I'm going to put the drive shaft back in. The thing I don't know yet, which we're going to find out soon here, is what I have to do with these adjustment arms as far as toe and camber. But let's do this piece by piece. So we're going to put the axle back in, the shorter one now. Going to go ahead and do the grub screw. Get that tightened up a little bit. Now we're going to put our carrier back on. The good thing about doing one side at a time is you can have the other side as a comparison. So we're going to go ahead and start putting this back together. Put the axle through. Make sure you got all your bearings in place. Good time to check your bearings too. These are fine. I didn't change them too long ago, so I'm not going to change them right now. So you get that all put together. I guess we're going to do this all in one shebang. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just put this pin in to hold this bottom one on, and then try and jam it all together. There may be different ways or easier ways, I don't know, but this is the way I'm doing it here. And you can kind of see how the truck works and see all the different pieces. Now I gotta get the axle back in there. This one's a little tough here. There we go. It's not free flowing, which is not something that's desired for racing. So like I said, this is a basher. But I don't know why the hell this thing is not going in. There we go. Got it. And I have to shut off this alarm. Alright, so now we're getting closer. We got that guy on, and now I'm going to go ahead and put the hub back on. So what you have is, some have spacers, some don't. It's hard to tell if yours will or not until you tear it apart. This one did, so I'm going to put it back on, and then you're going to have a little hole here somewhere, hopefully. Where this pin goes in. It's a little pin. Alright, that's going to go through your hole on the end of the axle here. hub, you have a little notch that's going to line up with it. Alright, so the axle is in and not going anywhere. Now we got to figure out this. So this is going to be too long. This is going to be too long. This should work. So that you don't have to modify your sway bar link, but you do have to change some other things. So let's screw on the link. And now we got to figure out some arms. So I dug through my chest of crap and found some arms that I think are going to work. So I'm going to take off this blue arm here. This is going to be your toe arm. You're going to have to do an alignment when you're done with this thing. So that's alright. So let's go ahead and get this thing out. Get a new one in. Oh man. That may be a problem too, huh? Oh. So the tips of these are narrower. This one's farther out. Looks like on both sides too. Maybe that'll work. Alright, so let's try and get this arm in. Nice. As you can see, I'm just kind of fumbling around here, putting this thing back together. It's basically just spare parts that I have laying around. Alright, so now let's go ahead and shove this side in. And that actually fits. Wow, this might be coming together a little bit. Alright. We need a bolt back through this guy. Alright, so that's that. Falling off my stand here. Okay, so final thing here is going to have to be a shorter arm for the camber. Now I do have some plastic ones somewhere, so I'm going to go look. Alright, so I'm going to take the top bolts out of the camber arm here. Alright, so this guy is out. I have these little plastic links that came off of a rally, but I just don't remember exactly, like, if they're supposed to go like this or what. So there's the spacer there, you know, and then I guess a sleeve on the outside. Well, let's put this guy back in here. We can. Now you won't be able to adjust camber with these, but I think it's going to be okay. Maybe that's not the right way to go. Or flip it around. There we go. Let's try that. So let's take this back out. A little bit of guesswork here, guys. So I'm not doing a Google search yet. Let's see. Let's see what happens if we flip it around. Maybe it'll line up correctly. There we go. Alright, so now I'm going to need a sleeve bolt nut. So let me look for one. Alright, I found one here. It's a bolt with like a sleeve on it that will fit into these. Okay. I just need to put my hub extensions back on, which is, I have another video for those. It's pretty easy to do. And then the shock back down around. And then I'll show you the front end, the difference here. Alright, let's put our shock back on. Alright, that's one side complete. Okay, so this side is the Fiesta setup, and this side is the Slash setup. Not a big difference, but we're trying to make it back to a true Ford Fiesta ST, so that's what you got to do. So the front, one side is done. I'm going to do the other side off of video because this was plenty long enough for y'all. Hopefully you're still with me. And then we're going to do the rear. Alright folks, so I'm going to make this into actually a couple of parts because I really don't want a 45-minute long video. I know nobody will watch that. I wouldn't watch that. So today it was part 2 of the Fiesta build, which was the front suspension swap. Yeah, we'll see you next time for part 3.